I see it. Now for this quick reminder, we welcome your phone calls, your questions, and your comments at 1-877-NEWSMAX. That's 1-877-639-7629. Let's talk more about the Democrats and their disarray. And to do so, let's welcome in from Newsmax Washington, my congressional colleague, another proud member of the class of 1994, Michael Patrick Flanagan. Mike's now the president of Flanagan Consulting. And Skyping in from upstate New York, pollster John Zogby, joining us tonight from Utica. We should point out John's also the director of the Keenan Center for Entrepreneurship and Ethics at his alma mater, Lemoyne College, and he is the author of the new book, We Are Many, We Are One, Neo-Tribes and Tribal Analytics in the 21st Century America. So, gentlemen, Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Mike Flanagan, this is especially something you can talk about. There is Debbie going into the breakfast session with her home peeps, with the Florida delegation, and boy, it was as if she walked into a crowd of hungry gators. Check out what happened earlier today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. If I could ask everybody to settle down.
Mike, they don't show any signs of settling down in Philadelphia.
I'll tell you, JD, it's great. I enjoy this pain when I see it on the other side. I hate it when I see it on my side. But it all shows how upset the electorate is this year and how they do not want the status quo. There's another thing, too. When I was in Chicago running for Congress there, I'll tell you, there were two kinds of Democrats. There was your machine Democrat that will do absolutely anything to win, lie, cheat, steal, murder, didn't matter. I'll do what I have to do to post a victory. And then you had your real live liberals, dyed-in-the-wool lefties, and the only thing they hated more than Republicans was a dishonest politician. They were honest through and through. They were good, clean, honest people. And I think you're seeing a backlash from the Bernie people. And Hillary is never going to be able to put her arms around this. There's going to be no resolution of this to the DNC's satisfaction.
To that point, John Zogby, Hillary's whole situation about trust, about honesty, this just adds more difficulties for the Democrat nominee, does it not?
This was devastating. And this comes the day that new polls come out showing Donald Trump leading most of the polls, sometimes as high and some as high as 6 percentage points. And then there's this. And as you noted in your lead-in, as Mike just pointed out, this isn't going to go away. These are people that are angry, disaffected, betrayed, and now there's an email trail. There's proof. This time. There's no deniability here. There's no saying, well, why are you saying these mean things about me? They're never true. These are true because this is what people said. They were mean-spirited, they were arrogant, they were largely bigoted, and they were wrong, and they're not going to go away.
Gentlemen, let's go to the telephones and see what our viewers have to say, and we're heading back out to an area I know pretty well. From Arizona, Prescott Valley to be specific. Cindy is on the line. Cindy, welcome to Newsmax Prime.
Good evening, and thank you. I had a question, sir, regarding Ms. Schultz. Are there any charges going to be held up against her?
Well, that's a very interesting question, and I get to say this in response, Cindy. I'm not a lawyer, and I never even played one on TV. But Michael Patrick Flanagan admits from time to time that he passed the bar, and he doesn't pass too many bars. Anyway, Mike, what about, do you think there's any criminal jeopardy for the outgoing Democrat chairman?
Anytime you lie, you cheat, and you steal, there's always a chance somebody can craft a complaint somewhere. But if you're relying on this Justice Department to strike the fair and clean line, it's not going to happen. She's fair and clean, at least federally.
Yeah, and you kind of wonder, too, John Zogby, the whole spin today from the Democrats has been, oh, it's those Russians. Those Russians got a hold of these emails. The Russians did this. Now, help me try to understand, John. how they come up with that argument about political emails from the DNC, but when it comes to Hillary's emails when she's Secretary of State, oh, nobody got a hold of those, not the Russians, not the Chinese, nobody got them. They can't have it both ways, can they?
No, and Saddam is dead, so they can't blame him. You know,
hey, they may try to blame George W. Bush. They still got time for that.
Well, you know, we have an old saying back home here, you don't have to break the law to be an a-hole. And I think essentially that's what, and I shortened that for Newsmax.
That's what we're satellite, we're cable, we're on your computer, but we appreciate the discretion, John. We really do.
This just ain't going to play, you know, pure and simple. I mean, we can almost move on from here in the remaining time, but, you know, this is devastating, and I don't see how she gets out of it, frankly.
Well, let's get back to the phones, and we're going to go deep in the heart of Texas to Amarillo, where Dale is on the line. Dale, welcome to Newsmax Prime.
Thank you, JD, for taking my call.
You bet.
I believe I know why the Democratic Convention has turned syphilitic.
Why is that?
They failed their Wasserman test.
Oh, okay. All right. And Dale will be opening for Jerry Vale in Vegas very soon. Good line, Dale. I appreciate it. Thanks for checking in. Hey, you know what? You know what is interesting? Given this campaign, I would never try to compare Donald Trump to Will Rogers. And yet, Trump on the stump kind of becomes, at times, a humorist when he's doing, hey, look, there's no net here, and here are the props, and here's the way politics works. Trump today, not exactly like Dale from Amarillo, but Donald Trump in Roanoke at a rally decided to talk about Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Let's watch and listen.
She just got fired. They said, Debbie, you're fired. Get out, Debbie. Out. Boom. Debbie was totally loyal to Hillary. And Hillary threw her under a bus, and it didn't take her more than 5 minutes to make that decision. Man, I don't want her covering my back. I'll tell you right now.
So there is Trump. So, Mike, there he is. He gets to use the line from his TV show, You're Fired. He's having some fun with this.
It's great to be able to pull off self-deprecating humor. Hillary's incapable of it. She has no personality that allows her to poke a little fun at herself. He's great. He's gonna have a lot of fun with this. We're all gonna have a lot of fun with this.
And of course, John Zogby, given his past of polling, John, we got to get your take in a couple of minutes that remain. The Morning Consult poll has Donald Trump ahead of Hillary by 4 percentage points. Now, this poll was conducted July 22nd through the 24th. Trump at 44%, Hillary at 40%. Are you prepared to say there's been a bounce or a post-convention Trump bump?
A bump, yeah. The era of big bounces is over. I mean, the people who are hardened on both sides. Then you have, among the rest, many of whom are disengaged, and then about a third of whom are saying genuinely, I don't know which one is the lesser of two evils, and they're going to have a very difficult time to choose. But the very fact that the former Secretary of State, the best-known political figure in the United States, the Democratic nominee as of Wednesday night, is polling in the low 40s and has been stuck in the low 40s is got to be pretty awful news for the Democratic Party. And look, I am a Democrat. I've maintained my Democratic registration, even though my polling is independent. And it saddens me to watch this arrogance dominating the Democratic Party.
Well, very humbly, we'll just point out, as we're saying goodbye to you gentlemen right now, that the CNN ORC poll of independents, this is something to keep our eye on right now, it's Trump 46%, Hillary Clinton 28%. So that's going to be interesting to watch.
Incidentally.
Yep. Hey, listen, appreciate it.
The numbers are right.
We always appreciate what you have to say, John Zogby. We're going to have you back again real soon. Michael Patrick Flanagan, we are going to have you in. Stay with us after the break. And you at home, stay with us too, because Mark Alderman Another Democrat is going to be here. He's feeling at home on the convention floor in Philadelphia, but we'll see if he's happy about it. That and more ahead on Newsmax Prime.